Good boy, Leonard. You're right. No, in pounds you never.
Let's do this instead.
Marvin, where are we? Tell me where we are here.
We're at the Hutterite Colony.
What are we, about 2 hours south of Calgary?
2 hours south of Calgary, up.
Yeah.
And then we had some pens along there.
And that's how the feedlot started out.
That's how the feedlot started out.
And how many cattle were in it at the start?
We started with 700, and then we got up to 1,200, and we started putting pens up without dirt work.
And whose cattle were they? Were they some of yours, or were they all from
No,
other
it
people?
was all custom.
What did you say to me? The RCMP don't like tinted windows or something?
Yeah.
No. No, that's why I had to trade this truck off my other truck,
Why?
because I got a warning, then I got 2 tickets, and then said next time they see me with this tinted window, they have to tow the truck. So I traded it. And then I put some more tint on here, but not as dark.
You're not 17 anymore there. You don't need the tinted windows.
I can X17. It's RCC.
What's that machine there?
That's for bedding.
Oh yeah, what does that do? How does it work? Oh, it shreds it all up or something, fires it out?
Yeah, put it in the front end loader,
Yeah,
and then you pick your bale up like this.
yeah. Oh, I see
And
the
then
spikes, yeah.
Spreads the straw.
So the real big square bales is what
Yeah.
goes in it, yeah.
Spring barley wheat vereen.
Yeah. Oh, I see these are your big bales for the bedding.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the feedlot. And so how many cattle?
99,978. There was 80, but 2 died.
I think you're just making up that number.
No, I can go show you my computer.
Alright. And
It's capacity for 10,000.
right, so say it's up to capacity now. Is there times of the year where it's not full?
It probably in the fall it'll be like when July.
Yeah.
We'll ship in July, and it'll be empty till probably middle of August.
Oh yeah, so you get a bit
We
of...
never ship the whole feedlot. There might be a few pens empty.
Yeah,
There's always cattle in here.
yeah. Yeah, they're super looking cattle. What age would they be?
These cattle would be 26, 27 months.
Oh yeah, they're getting near the end then.
Yeah, they're done. So there'd be yearlings in here, or we'd get half the feedlot would be yearlings,
Yeah.
and the other half would be calves.
Yes.
So you get 1 round of calves to 2 rounds of yearlings.
Oh yeah. So what are you calling calves? Like what age would they be? 6, 8 months, 8 months, 9 months?
Jan, Feb, March, May, June, July, 8,
10.
9 months.
Yeah.
But some of these calves, they come off grass. Some of these cattle would be coming off grass, so they'd be a year old already.
Yeah. And so you do all the work in here. How many guys do the work in here, moving cattle and all? If you have to empty pens to clean them out, how many people does that take?
1 with 2 dogs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Used to do it everything without dogs.
And so dogs have just transformed the work now.
Yep. And then Paddy comes along, he judges the dogs.
you said you judge them whether they do the work or not, and then Paddy judges them whether they do the competition or not.
Ah, that's a better way of saying it. There's 4 more rows like that.
That's what
over
I.
there,
That's
but
what I
they're
was.
all the same.
That's what I was going to say. Did we drive around 10,000 cattle? No.
No.
There's 4 more blocks like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't need to go over there, do we?
No. We get lost.
We'll do it with the lights on.
And so, right in Alberta, how many feedlots would be this kind of size? 10,000 or many 5,000?
There's not too many 5,000s, but there's a few 10s, and all the others are bigger.
All right.
Because when you hit 10,000 head, that's your breaking point of your equipment.
Oh yeah.
So the next step would be you have to double the equipment. Then they would go to. So there's not too many at 10.
Yeah.
They're either 5 or 20.
Oh yeah. So and now.
Because right now you could get by with 1 truck. 2 trucks would be overkill.
Yes.
So they do it in the line of how the equipment is efficient.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So, and you're going to step up now another 7,000. So
Yep.
that kind of justifies having the 2 sets of equipment then.
That justifies the 2 sets of whatever we got there now.
So where do you...
So this system come out of Australia.
Oh, I heard you telling me about this. You said this is really good.
It was 15 years ago where we got this system in here. And it's the Alberta government that actually put it in.
Yeah.
Because back in the day they were going after traceability.
Yes.
So through traceability, we've got this from Australia. I got to turn the air on.
Air.
It's a sorting system, actually.
And what? Everything's kind of, it's on air.
It's on air, but the squeeze is on hydraulics, but the system is run by air. So I'll start over here. So when we get a group of cattle in, let's say we get a couple of 5, 6, 7, 800 head in here, and the customer wants to sort them, we'll put the average weight into the computer.
Yeah.
And then off whatever number he gave us, that's how we'll sort them. So we'll run it through here, scan them. As soon as they get the catch weight, the gates will move. There's a 5-way sorting out there.
Yeah. And what that sorts out that door into different pens.
Yeah.
5-way sorting. You can
5.
shed them 5 different ways. Oh, yeah, so straight,
Yeah.
and then the 2, and then the 2 on that side.
5.
That's a lot of splitting up. That's deadly.
Yeah.
And so, that's deadly. But they come in through this. They come in.
That's how they come in. So you have a stop gate over there. This is the crowding top. Come up here. All the things we're getting cattle. Oh wait.
And what's on the floor there? That's corrugated mesh or spar?
It's rebar.
Yeah.
It's just
Stop them slipping. And
yeah, just from slipping.
I love how she just knows the.
She knows what's coming.
Yeah.
That's the gate for there.
Oh, nice. She's getting ready to go and get some for you.
How old is she? Marvin, how old is she again?
She's gonna be 2 at the end of the year.
2. I was going to say you better get another dog ordered because you can't have enough of them. But if she's only 2, you're probably safe enough.
She's 2 at the end of the year. So she's a year and a half now.
That's mad. And wonder if that guy would do that mating again. You get another one.
He wasn't going to, but now after he's heard through the grapevine what she's doing and what, now he wants to do it again.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's all the mating there.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the guy behind you.
No, I think it's the guy in front. I barely touched her.
Yeah,
I just told you not to sell her. I just told you not to sell her.
Probably
You did the
didn't
work.
you probably didn't touch her, but you told me what to do with her.
Hey,
I just wouldn't take her.
we've got a guy in Ireland, and if you ask him what's a good stud dog to take the bitch to, he said, I don't know about the stud dog, but I think it might be better to take the bitch to the man with the stud dog. Because he could be a lot of the reason the stud dog is good.
Hey, he's doing stuff here. I didn't.
Let's put it this way. Jordan gave me the advice and I just did it.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of good advice, isn't it?
The pebbles.
I figured that one out.
Pebbles are
Sally.
So you input it in here. You can input all your weights and your.
Yeah, you can do everything right here. There's your number right there.
Oh, 10753. Yeah. And oh, cool. And then what else I want to ask you? Yeah, so this system came to Australia. But I see some good systems here in Canada. But everything
Which
kind
ones?
of everything goes around in a circle, and I don't see them with them sorting gates like that.
You probably see the bud boxes.
Yeah,
Those bud boxes, I wouldn't have that.
yeah,
This system here, a professional can run it and a dummy can run it.
yeah.
Because if you have those bud boxes that you have, they're non-forgiving if people don't know how to work cattle.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because they spook and run and pile up on each other.
yeah. So you reckon the Australians know what they're doing?
Yeah. I have actually talked to a guy that was in Australia. He was from a colony. They were taking bud boxes out and putting this stuff in. Brand new bud box. Okay, I show you my dog on the house. It's not like your dumb sheep that you had at that clinic.
Not the easy stuff.
Come back. That's what I mean by cleaning out a pen, Patty.
Yeah, that makes it very simple, doesn't it? See, they always say a lazy fella has a good dog. That's my old buddy used to say.
Come by.
See, what I like about this, she gets to know the system. She knows not to bother the cattle in the other pens, and
Oh yeah.
like she's only 2-year-old and she knows an
Only
awful lot
a
of
year
stuff.
Yeah, she's a year and a half. Wait. Oh wait. I don't have to stand here with a bunch of ladies and making a fool of myself. She's not putting a down. I don't need a down here. Walk up. There's just no prize at the end of the day.
In front of a bunch of ladies.
She didn't have to do that. She did that for fun.
Yeah.
But she blew in like that. I always give her shit for that. But you're recording now, so I can't. Hey!
Yeah, you have
Molly!
to,
Come by.
You have to be nice.
Come by.
This is what nice is.
She finds little ways during her work days to get what she wants.
Yeah.
And he's
She
an
gives-
obliging dad.
She gives herself a couple of little rewards there.
She does. Is she still on the sides?
Yeah.
But this is still.
No, you mean on the sides of the alley.
Remember how she used to,
Just when she's really freshed up in the morning.
just to get warmed up.
Yeah. Hello. Let's go.
What age is this fella?
He was a year in September.
Oh, that's all. He's very young.
It'll be 2
Oh,
in September.
yeah, 2 this
That's the
September.
same age as Molly.
Yeah.
Ah, come back. They bite either high or low, or really low at the bottom.
Yeah.
Come by. I will just take a few.
How many guys cattle have you got in here? Many farmers or many
There's
ranchers?
about 4 guys in here, but
Oh.
there's one that oversees everything. So I
Yeah.
only deal with one guy.
Oh, that's
But he's
nice.
got 3, yeah.
Yeah, so you haven't got a whole lot of customers.
No, come by. Bob, here. Wait. Push him up. I just want to get a few.
Well, Bob would like to slip up to the front.
Yeah, Bob likes to slip up to the front. Same thing here, weaving. Walk up, Bob. Push him up. Hey, push him up. Oh, wait. I know you don't like it when you call their name, but that's how they
No,
listen.
Bob is, he's saying, make up your mind. Do you want him pushed up or you want him brought back?
When I first got him, there was absolutely no flank on him or nothing while he only had him started.
Yeah.
Bob, away. Good boy. Good boy. Hey! See, there's no
I like
need
that
for
now. I like that.
I don't like it. There was no need for that. Them cattle were doing fine. He should have just come in here and pushed them back.
Yeah.
Bob, that'll live here. Away. Bob, that'll live. Bob, that'll live here.
And did they not need a little incentive there to come back?
Bob, away.
So how long? You said calves come in here or
Bob, away.
cattle come in here as weanlings or yearlings or what? How long do they stay here?
Well, sometimes they'll stay up to 10 months, 11.
Yeah.
Yearlings will stay 5.
Yeah.
Bob, that'll live here. Bob, come by. Here, come by. Bob, come by. Good dog. Lay down. Lay down. Walker. Bob! Hey! See what he does? He needs a string on there.
What? You didn't want him to go up to the front?
No,
Yeah.
he did that by himself. Bob, away! Bob, away! Wait!
Isn't it great though how much work one man can do with a good dog?
Shit. See what I mean when I told you at that trial? I don't mess it if they don't have it down. It works fine here. That'll do. Bob, that'll do. Bob! Bob wants to go. Bob, that'll do here. Bob, come here. Hey, that'll do here. Good boy.
But I tell you what I like there is that you can get a whole lot of work done with your dogs and you're not dependent on one dog. Like you've got 3 and you always need to have a few extra because one can have an accident there no matter how much you like them or how good they are.
You bet.
You need to have something in the pipeline all the time.
If I really want to get things done really fast, I take all 3.
Triple power.
Wow.
So where did you get all the tin for that? Is that from Jason?
Yeah. Feed. And we feed a supplement and a mash.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We went and bought our own
Oh,
micro machine.
what kind of stuff goes into it?
What I feed additives. Your vitamins, your enhancing.
And what do the cattle in feedlot eat? Like you use a lot of soybean meal and stuff. We use that in Ireland.
Not soybean meal. We use DDGs, barley,
Yeah.
corn if we have to, silage, barley silage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What kind of silage? Barley
Oh,
silage.
we could go barley silage. Like tomorrow we'll start chopping our fall rye,
Yeah.
and then like we'll chop the fall rye and then we'll turn around and seed oats back into it, into that field,
Yeah.
and they'll do swath grazing in the fall.
Okay. So what is this? This is all feed
This is all barley.
in all them galvanized ones,
Yeah,
barley.
that's barley. There's one of them's got DDGs in it, and then one of those 4 in the back has limestone salt blend.
Yeah.
So we'd receive all the grain into the big 4 bins there,
Yeah.
and we'll pull it into the working bins. And that would go through the feed processor, what we call the roller. They would roll it,
Yeah.
and then it goes into those bins up there. That's where it drops onto the
The
truck.
feed truck in, yeah.
Everything on here is run with remotes
Yes.
and computerized feeding systems in the feed trucks. So this hose here is where your micros are going, where the micros come out.
Oh yeah.
So if the feed truck comes down the feed alley, it selects the load you're making and that sends it to the micro machine. So it'll make a batch for that specific load.
Yeah.
And if you have the second truck coming, once this is discharged, it'll start on the second load. It's in the queue.
And so that's your big silage pits. Is that the way you always had it with them big concrete blocks like the brick walls?
Yeah.
And
This has been here for 5 years now. We used to have it on the ground
yeah,
with no concrete over there by the old feed mill.
yeah. So just a big clamp.
Just a big clump of feed and rocks and everything in there. So you have to scoop up the rocks and then.
Yeah, so when you started at the feedlot, it was about 700 cattle, and now it's just up there at 10,000.
Yep.
And if I come back in 2 years' time, it'll probably be 17.
Yep. So this is the machine that makes the micros.
What are the microbes?
Micro machines.
What are they?
This you used to feed this in bulk.
Yeah,
So you'd feed of so every steer would get a pound a day that you're buying from feed mills in town.
yeah.
But right now they're getting 4 grams a day from this stuff. Everything mixed together. Saves you a whole bunch of money if you buy this machine.
Yeah,
It's a little more headache, but it's a little more to maintain and nothing to maintain, but to manage and things.
yeah,
But it saves you a hell of a lot of money.
yeah. And what's that big tank?
That's for. So once all the feed is in the truck, it'll come out. The feed truck will go by here,
Yeah.
by this building, and we'll add 5% of water to the feed,
Oh, yeah.
just to make the ration palatable.
Yeah, yeah. Make it a bit more
Holds everything
digestible.
together,
And,
holds everything together, and it starts the digest process.
yeah.
You can get these up to 10 boxes. We only have 6.
And who works all this? Or can
That's,
any of the guys you can train them up for this, or is it hard to manage?
I usually push on and off on the computer. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Christopher, the guy I showed you, that's training the horses.
Yeah, your son,
he
yeah.
runs all the.
Oh, yeah. Super. And so he's running all this, and then what? Just in the evenings or when he has time, he's training the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll get up if there's like tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow morning we have to get up at 5, and then we'll process cattle. Then we have to go butcher chickens. And then we have to go haul a bunch of cows.
Oh, do you know about butchering chickens?
I did it for 10 years.
Oh, yeah. And
I used to butcher chickens and run the feedlot back in the day when my kids were little.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Must be cool now looking at the kids getting good at this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so what these horses then are all feedlot horses, or
Yeah, they're all feedlot horses.
and so when do you use the horses in the feedlot? Just when you're processing cattle and
When they're pen checking, they pen check with horses.
yeah,
They check every day on horseback. And then when we're loading cattle, they'll use them. And they also go for joyrides on them.
but the horses then are important too. So the horses
yeah.
and the dogs. Like we've got this most high tech equipment and machinery here, and still we're using horses and dogs then
Yep,
and the other stuff. Like it's an interesting mix, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah, but what I like there is for somebody who's going to be using all the best stuff to get the cattle and the production up, still for you, the cattle and the horses then are fierce important too.
That's very good. That's very true. It's
Yeah.
very.
As modern as we are, we're
still back to horses and cattle.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I tell you, they have a different way of training horses now than we did back then.
Well, that's the other thing. So what do you reckon, though? They're gone cleverer with the horses now too, and it's not just the hard way.
That's right. It's they've figured out better ways of doing it
Yeah,
on the training side of it.
you end up with a nicer horse too.
Back in the day, when my dad was my age, they'd catch a horse. 2 guys would hold it and one would saddle it, and that's how they broke him.
And he was done then.
He was
Is
done.
your horse tomorrow?
They usually did 3 horses a day.
This one's ready to come out of the oven now. He's good.
This one's good, but I gotta go get a new hip.
I'm good for about 30 horses, and then you need to get a new guy.
I'm good for 30 horses. Then I have to go get another hip.
And what do you think there? You see a bit of the stuff we're at with the clinics, and you see Jordan's, some of the stuff he's doing when he's training. And it's a bit like the horses too, isn't it? You find better ways for doing stuff.
Find better ways and find new ways.
Yeah.
When we built this, when we started, come over here. The welding guys were standing out here, and they said, "How many trucks you want to load at once?"
Yeah.
I said, "God, it's got to be at least 3." They looked at me. How in the hell can you load 3 trucks at once? Well, I said, build the chutes first, and we'll figure it out. And now it works good. Everybody that holds cattle here, they love to come here. We can load 3 trucks here in 10 minutes.
Yeah. But I tell you, a little bit of a good design too. See, an okay design is okay if you only have a couple of hundred cattle.
Yeah.
But if you got 10,000 cattle, stuff has to run smooth, because if it's not running smooth, everything takes too long.
Everything takes too long.
But
The
that's,
biggest issue we have here are the truck drivers.
yeah,
We really have to get on them because
they're a bit lazy backing up, or?
they're too much with the prod.
Oh yeah,
The first time they pulled up here, there was nothing. There was just eye contact. We moved the cattle with eye contact, and everybody, just because they had the prod, they reached the cattle, they started prodding them, and the next time they come back, and they said, "Oh, what's the tarp on here for? It worked good last time." He said, I told him, the tarp is not for the cattle. The tarp is for you guys so you can't prod the cattle.
I like that a lot. So what are you saying though, Marvin? It's stockmanship there. If you let the cattle, what? It's a bit like us with the sheep. If you let them think,
You have to make the cattle think it's their idea. To
Yeah.
go that way. We have truck drivers coming in here for years. The older ones are very good. They'll just come in here, they'll get out of their truck, put on their coveralls. By the time they're dressed up, their truck's empty. It's unloaded. All we have to do is go open the gate. And that is exactly how they load cattle.
Yeah.
They'll pull in here, they'll just hold the prod, they don't even use it. They'll just close the gates after everything's walked on here.
yeah,
Then you have guys coming in here, you start prodding the shit out of everything. They're the last ones to leave.
yeah.
'Cause they're load the longest.
They're making hard work out of something that, if they were a little bit
That's not
clever,
hard.
yeah. But not everybody thinks like you.
Well, it's about time to start. So you'll have a guy standing out here. He'll
Well, this is like how we shed sheep, yeah.
3, 5, 4. By the time he's done, he's ready for some more. So we'll just keep feeding him in here.
Yeah, yeah. And just, there's
We'll
no,
have a guy on the remote.
there's,
out in here.
and there's no shouting or prodding.
There's no shouting or prodding.
But how do you get them to move? Just they're happy to travel on out, or have you got the dog giving them a little bit of?
We have the dogs coming in the back with them. But
Yeah.
here there's no dogs.
Yeah,
Here, everybody just shut the F up and let everything walk.
I love that. I love that, Marvin.
Oh, that's-
I'd like being here with you boys, doing cattle someday, because I'd be learning just watching. Like,
we,
I'd like to think I'm not too stupid either, but I'd still be learning stuff.
no, here, the main thing is in here, we bought 98% of the cattle here come from there. Even these pens here,
Yeah.
we'll walk over there and we'll put them in here.
So that's the highway is kind of, they all come back in this way.
Yes, so once they're in here,
Yeah,
they want to go back to where they are.
yeah,
Flip this gate and they go in here.
yeah, yeah. I like that.
And
They don't even know they're doing it. They're just kind of
they
happy.
don't
flung.
even, and the same thing is with the climb. The climb works good, but it's got to be on a turn. That's how this turned out.
Oh, wait till I just, yeah. Wait till I just show, see that. So what are you saying? Cattle like coming up here in a bit of a climb.
Come up in here, and the climb makes them think. They don't even notice it that they're turning.
Yeah,
Where they
yeah.
go.
And I like, so I see that all the time over here, that you got your stock turning around the corners and all. And why does that work so well?
Because you don't know where you're going, you keep going.
Yeah, follow the guy in front.
Yeah, he's lost too, just keep going.
He's lost too.
And then one day, their boss called me up and said, hey, I'm short and I don't have anybody else to send there. Those three that are banned, is the band over? I said, no,
Is the van over?
the band's not over. The band's still on.
But what do they do to get banned?
There's too much prodding.
And did you say don't be prodding though?
Yeah.
And they keep prodding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if now, my kids, when we're loading here, my kids make sure I'm not here because I always go after the truck driver.
Well, you like your cattle and you like them.
I like working cattle, I love cattle, but I love working cattle when they're not riled up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
once cattle are riled up, the first thing they do is stop thinking.
Yeah.
And then how do you chase something that's not thinking?
Yeah.
At least that's the way I see it.
And then
I look at it this way. If somebody as dumb as me can chase an animal good, so they should be able to do that too.
yeah, well I kind of agree.
Marvin. We're not buying it.
But here's the thing I wonder too is, you know when you rile them up a bit and all, no, you probably never thought about this, but do you ever wonder how long it takes them to cool down? It's just something I've been thinking about.
Takes a while.
Yeah,
It takes a while, I'm sure.
yeah, so it's easier just not to rile them up.